Good afternoon, Manny and Mo. How you guys doing today? Another nice sunny day here in New Jersey. Let's take a look. How did you do? Well, this is a little follow-up from yesterday's video. Remember I was telling you how around 5 p.m. this tree shadow, you can see now, I've already manually moved this. You can see that hey everybody, how you doing? But you could see the angle of Manny is not as much as Mo. I actually moved Mo. I'm gonna show you how I do that. If I'm right here. So if I'm in my set position, I can put it in manual mode. And if I want to say move it west, I just press the button. Someone was saying, oh, your actuators are screaming with all this weight. Let me back up and give you guys a view of how I did it. And they're not screaming because they're so balanced. Now this goop you see here is just grease. It's just grease to keep 2 points from binding. So I can go east, I can go north, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit quit and I'm going to let it find the sun. So what will happen is this is just basically a countdown timer. It counts down and looks and sees where the position of the sun is, right? Look, here's going. Listen how quiet that was. But now, as you can see in the position it should be in, it's going to be more in the tree. Right? So that's why and if we look at the output of it now, let's go check it out. So it's given me not that much right now, 780 watts I'm getting. 780 watts from Mo. Let's go see if we change it, if that adds anything. Come on. Okay, so we were at what, 780 watts, right? So let me go back into manual mode. Let me move it. Let me move it out of the shadow of the tree. Something like that, right? Oh, the grass. My son, when he cuts the grass, you can see the grass, how it gets on top of the solar panels, right? Okay, I moved it. Let's go see what we got now. Yeah, you can see how it jumped up. Not too much, but it jumped up another, what, 100 watts at least. So what I'm gonna do is isolate to charge my batteries back up. Let's check it out. Let's see what we got here. Enter 52 volts. That means that's what's coming in. And if we see the capacity, let's see what the capacity is. Okay, we're only at 4.4% and growing. So you can see that ticking up. See that ticking up 3, 4. So what I've done is I've isolated Mo so he's just charging these batteries back up. So I'll do that so that if we have a power outage, which I don't expect, I don't want these things to be completely dead. So a little bit different than yesterday's video where these were 100% charged, but let me show you the benefit of that. So we're going to come back to Manny's output. So Manny right now is giving me, hello everybody, hello. Manny's giving me 647 watts. And Mo is putting out 850, right? We're at the end of the solar day. Not quite end, but it's getting about 5 o'clock. Let's see what the output is. So let's go here. And let's go home button. Down and down. Let's see the output of today. Drum roll. Look at that output. Hello, everybody. Hello. I need my reading glasses so I can see. This display is so small. Watch where I put my finger in. Look at how big my fingernail is next to that display. Who could read that? Anyway, this is giving me 1.6 megawatts. And today it's been giving me 13.6 kilowatts. But look at that output. So from like 8 p.m., so you can see the line 6, 9, 12, 15. See the line, this graph on the bottom. So let's call that 8 o'clock. And that's when my timer turns on. Go ahead, I know there's no finger guard on it. You guys can put the comment out on me if you want. I don't have a finger guard. But this time clock controls, and it shuts off at just after 6, and just around 8 a.m. it turns on. So when this guy turns on, you can see, let's go back to that. Home button, down, down, enter. Look at that output, man. That's giving me almost 1600 watts consistently today. That's a beautiful thing. So this is with assistance with this batteries, okay? So that's what this will do. When the sun or any clouds or anything come, it'll compensate by pulling from the battery. So again, I've got Manny and Mo. So right now Mo is just 100% recharging up these batteries. If these batteries were fully charged, I would flip this on. Watch what happens when I do that. I flip this on. Again, this is all DC. That's why you see this exposed wiring that way. All right, so this is all 50 volt DC. And that's going to come back around, comes back up, and it also will feed the top of my inverter. Now watch what happens. You can see the wattage went way down, because what this device does is this device looks at the input, from my grid, because I have my grid tie right here, looks for my input of my grid, looks for the input of the solar, has to meet certain parameters, has to be a certain voltage. If it wouldn't, it would give me red arrows on this display. But let's watch this guy ramp up. So now we've got Manny and Mo, we're adding. So before we were what, 700 watts without Mo, right? Just Manny was 700 watts, right? Now we added Mo, Manny and Mo. Of course, we're at the end of the day. And what's neat is this device, like I said yesterday, will not go over 2,000 watts. Let's see how far she'll go. Oh, yeah. And that's what batteries do, guys. Oh, you hear that sound? I love that sound. That sound means I'm heating up because I'm converting electricity for you. You can see my output here. I've got 247 volts output at 6 amps. Yeah, baby, that's 6 amps. That's a lot of power right there. Right there. So, again, we had a combination of about 1,400, right? We had 700 and 800, right? 1,500. You can see we're already exceeding that because of these guys. So this is the reason why you do use a battery in your off-grid solar system. If I didn't have that battery there, this line would look different. Let me go back over to that line would be more broken up at the top. Obviously the start and stop would remain the same because this is the end of the day. You can see this is the exact time where the line comes down. That's the time of today. But you can see that straight line across. So the system is pretty well designed and pretty solid. So it gives me a solid amount of output. And that's the video for today. So everybody, enjoy your weekend. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated. Oh, someone sent me a question about what this is. This is my emergency inverter. So if the power were to go out right now, I would end up turning on this breaker. This breaker will then fire up my inverter. So this will take 50 volts DC in and converts it to 120, 240 volt. And that's what this panel is. So this is my emergency output panel. So everything on this panel will come from that inverter if needed. And then this panel will backfeed one of my main panels here. So if you can see, this says emergency. So this will be off. Here's my main. And now I can backfeed in an event of emergency. I can shut my main off at any time and then backfeed with this breaker into the panel. Now there is a transfer kit. Look, guys, I'm a licensed electrical contractor. I understand your points about clearances and code violations. Believe me, I get it. If you think that I would leave these batteries sitting on this wood like that, you're wrong. But I'm doing testing, okay? So once I come up with my proper testing and setup, these batteries will not be here. In fact, I'm going to find a way to put those batteries up even above here. So I don't need them on the ground here, but I am going to try and heat them. I'm going to try to put some kind of enclosure around it to heat them. Anyway, long video. Hope you guys could stick around and watch it. Someone else mentioned about my DC fast charger, and that's what this is. So this is off. Yes, no, I can't open it. I can move this pretty easily, but this is off. So obviously if I had to use this, I still would. I could flip it on, but yes, no, this does not match code. And if you want to make comments about things like that, you can go ahead and do it. And I'd like to look at your house. You can show me your garage. This is an outbuilding of my main house. All right, everybody. See you later.